Hello everyone, Darren here, and on today's episode of WoTC Academy, we're going to be talking about tank equipment. And on this specific video, we're going to be talking about the Cold War piece of equipment, the Enhanced Missile Warning Equipment. Yes, I'm going to say the word equipment a lot in this video, and I apologize ahead of time. It's just I can't really dodge that word. So what does the Enhanced Missile Warning Equipment do for you? Well, it does two things. One is visual indicators of when an ATGM is fired at you, and then of course it has a passive bonus that is plus 2 seconds of targeted enemy detection. And we're going to jump right into what the passive is and then jump to the visual indicators. So the passive bonus, like I said, is plus 2 seconds of targeted enemy detection. And if you don't know exactly what that is, it's basically just a shorter version of the commander skill Marked Target. Marked Target is enemies within a 15-degree arc of where you are looking will remain spotted for an additional 3 seconds. But again, this piece of equipment has a duration of 2 seconds, so it is a shorter duration. And the wargaming staff that I asked regarding this, to their knowledge, these two, the commander skill and the equipment, does not stack. So you would not be having like 5-second extra spotted duration. Now, regarding the visual indicators, there's two visual indicators, really. The first one is much like the artillery targeted notification, the Sixth Sense, and the regular targeted notification. There is a special targeted notification that will pop up right at the top of your health bar that is like a fancy glowing ATGM. It's literally going to look like a combination of the Sixth Sense and the targeted notifications that you see on screen. It's basically what it's going to look like. It's going to be like a glowing, fiery ATGM, and it's going to let you know that you're being shot at with an ATGM. The other one is something that you will be able to see regardless of if you are looking in the direction the ATGM is being fired at you, and that is going to be a nice, bright red circle. I don't know what it looks like in colorblind modes or how that will look for you. I'm sorry, I'm not colorblind. But for the standard red-green color options, it's going to be a nice red-like circle over the actual ATGM itself. And, if you're looking at the direction it's coming from, it will track live with the ATGM. And if you are looking in a direction away from where the ATGM is coming from, it will appear on the edge of your screen of what direction it's coming from. So we're going to take a look at a usual demonstration of what it looks like without the equipment, something that I'm sure everyone is used to having to deal with already. A very short demonstration, and then we'll jump into how the actual piece of equipment functions. So right away here, we're just going to see as the ATGM is going to come at us head on that we get no warning whatsoever, and unless you are actually looking for the flame of the rocket booster of the ATGM coming at you, you're really not going to see it. Of course, the enemy is going to get spotted because they fired, but really that's about it, and that's what everyone is kind of dealing with unless they have this piece of equipment added. So without further ado, let's take a look at how it looks once you have the piece of equipment equipped on your tank, if you choose to use it. Alrighty, so now we have the piece of equipment attached to our tank, and I want you to pay close attention to the alerts right above your health bar, as well as the reticle where the enemy is going to be coming from. I'm aiming at his direction, and like I said, you're going to get the bright alert of the ATGM coming at you, and then you're going to have a nice bright red blinking like circle dot thing coming right at you as it live tracks the ATGM, and it's vibrant enough for you to see. And I'm actually going to look to the right here for to demonstrate again how that will look when you're not looking in the direction the ATGM is coming, and we can see that the alert still pops up, but then you also get that bright, vibrant red circle on the edge of the screen in the direction that the ATGM is coming from. I'm actually going to repeat the two angles again in case you haven't missed it, or in case you missed it the first time. Again, we can see that the alert will pop up right next to the Sixth Sense and targeted, and of course you're going to get that vibrant red circle of the ATGM live tracking coming at you. Again, I don't know how that looks when you are in a different colorblind mode or actually colorblind, and I apologize, I have no way to see how that looks. Now, we also did some testing on this to see how the range of which you will get that alert, because we did some testing like that with artillery in its own separate video of how the artillery targeted indicator works, and it functions pretty much the same way as well, where you are only going to get the alert within a certain degree of the enemy aiming at you, and we're going to take a look at that right now. Alrighty, so for the 4 tests that we have lined up, this first test is going to be where total of 5, my assistant, actually fires an ATGM right at me, but he is going to miss me. But we can see here that despite him not aiming directly at me, we still get the targeted indicators, and we can see the ATGM coming right at us. So for test number 2, I'm actually going to have him shoot way away from us. I'm actually indicating to him what building I want him to shoot at. And again, in this test, we are going to see that because he's shooting way away from us, we're not going to get any targeted indicator whatsoever. The only indicator that we're going to get that he fired an ATGM is when he actually gets spotted from firing said ATGM. As we can see, he just got spotted. We're actually witnessing the ATGM go right by us, but we got no targeted indicators whatsoever. For test number 2, I actually had him shoot test number 3, I actually had him shoot his ATGM with us just literally off screen of him, like him aiming in, but having us just off screen. We are going to see once again that the ATGM indicator does not appear, and he only gets spotted when he fires the ATGM. For the 4th and final test, I actually had him put us just inside his view, his screen, when he's aiming, and we can see once again I do not get a targeted indicator whatsoever, and so we have determined that he has to actually be he has a very narrow cone, probably actually the width of the reticle, in which he will get the targeted targeted notification. But there you go. You know right then and there with the piece of equipment that if someone is actually trying to target you with an ATGM, you will get an ATGM notification and the ability to track where that ATGM is on the battlefield. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit that thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. But until next time, this has been Darren of WoTC Academy.